and that exercise like changed my glutes, changed my life. Hey, so welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just not used to talking to a camera to myself. So today I just wanted to talk about my fitness journey throughout the years, because you know, I think a lot of people message me and see the progress pics, and just get a lot of messages about people asking why they haven't seen results, and they're doing everything they can, they're eating right, they're exercising, but they just still haven't seen any results. And I always ask them, okay, how long have you been doing it? A couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, a couple of months. And it's like, sorry to break it to you, but you are not going to get results that quickly. Unfortunately, it takes years, and this is why I wanted to do a video on it, because it has taken me probably, well, I started around 2011. That's when I first started exercising at home, so it's about 9 years. That's how long my journey was, but I never used to kind of educate myself. I was never really into exercise and fitness. I didn't have a goal. I was as consistent and as disciplined as I am now. Maybe I would have seen results in a year or 2 years. You know, for me, I kind of needed that slow, gradual progression to kind of get to where I am now. Moral of the story, it takes years, and sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need to build that confidence. For me, it wasn't just about, you know, getting thick, building muscle. I was, and I still kind of am, fairly shy. That was shown in my gym kind of circumstance situation. You know, the gym can be a really scary place. It could be quite intimidating. I just was not up to it. I'd always go with a friend or my sister. That's why my progression probably took a lot longer, because the hardest part wasn't to kind of read and know what to do and what exercises to do. It was actually going to the gym and not worrying about people, boys, staring at you and wondering and worrying if you're doing the exercises wrong. I want to talk about my journey. I've got my notebook here because obviously 9 years ago is a very long time. 2011 was when I first started any form of exercise. So kind of prior to my health and fitness journey, I hated exercise. I was really skinny, ate what I want. I was never an unhealthy kid. Growing up, I just didn't like things like sweets and like Coke and things like that. My diet wasn't that unhealthy, and my parents never really kept really bad food in the house. I used to hate PE at school, get out of it all the time. You know, used to write notes. I didn't want to do cross country. I used to have asthma as a child. It wasn't that bad, but my lung capacity was so bad. I just couldn't breathe. Like, I literally just could not run. I had no stamina. And I think I kind of just grew out of it. Now it's crazy. I can do so much. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like cardio and stuff like that, but I do it, and I get really breathless, but I guess my lung capacity's just got better over the years, which goes to show, you know, it's not just about changing your body image at all. So yeah, that was a little bit kind of prior to when I started getting into health and fitness. 2011, I briefly talked about this on one of my Instagram posts. So I went on a ski trip with school when I was 16, I think, 15, 16. Part of that was to go to weekly gym classes or something like that. I can't really remember, but I just remember thinking how much I was hating it, how much I couldn't do anything. I hated it so much. So I started working out at home, literally using resistant bands. I think that was it. I think the first thing I ever bought was just resistant bands, and I just started exercising with those, mainly doing ab exercises and ab circuit all the time. And then like after school, I do like an ab circuit every day, like 5 times a week. And also lower body exercises, so using bands, squats, and I did that from the ages of 16 to 18, I think. And then just to get a little bit stronger, but I mean, I wasn't looking for results or quick results or progress or anything like that. I just wanted to get a little bit more stronger, so when I actually started skiing for the first time on that trip, you know, things would just be a little bit easier, because you do need a little bit of strength and stamina, at least to hold your skis, because those are bloody heavy. Then 2014 came. So that was the year I started university. Diet and fitness went out the window, went out all the time, just didn't care. But I was really slim, so you just don't care about certain things. And back then there wasn't a huge thing about like Instagram and being thick and having a booty and all of that. I think it was that popular then. I didn't start the gym in semester A because I just wanted to focus on making friends and going out, and it was great fun. And then I started the gym in my semester B, so 2015, but it was really on and off. All my friends started with me, all the girls started. We used to go to the gym together, mainly chat. Yeah, so I started the gym 2015, very on and off. Again, used to eat what I wanted. We used to go to the gym and then come back and eat sausage roll, a Malteser bar. Used to go to like a student union shop and just buy a bunch of crap all the time after the gym. I didn't get serious until I think it was 2016. 2016. So I started a placement year, a year out from university, but I happened to get one at my university as well in my kind of careers department. But I started a routine, so I was doing 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. A lot of my friends were just in the library or studying, so you know, I didn't really have any studying to do that year, so I just took the opportunity to get into a habit of going to the gym after work every day. I think it was literally Monday to Friday, unless I had something going on. But my gym was on campus, my work was on campus, my house was literally like 5 minutes from university, so everything was very close. Yeah, I just started going regularly, and I guess you just get attached and you get used to it. The kind of things I was doing in the gym properly was things I was doing at home, so squats, lunges, deadlifts, glute bridges and donkey kicks. And using the machines as well. I would use the ab machine, leg press, and yeah, I think things like that, the stairs. But it was always on all the kind of deadlifts, squats, all those things were always on the mat. I would never go like round the corner where like the big weights were, especially at university when you know half of the people that are there and there's a lot of young boys. Like, that was so scary to me, especially going on my own after work. Also, it was really busy after work at 5 p.m, so you just could not get a squat rack or anything. I mean, that a squat rack, what's that? That was just not in my vocabulary during that year. But it was okay, it was a chance to develop, and I developed a lot of discipline and consistency and patience. I was always happy with my legs and my bum and my stomach. I've just always been really happy with it. I didn't want to get thinner, I didn't want to get bigger, I just wanted to kind of see, I wanted to see how much my body could adapt. And I think that was the great thing about it, because there was no pressure. I wasn't weighing myself, you know, every day, every week. I wasn't taking progress pics, which I should have. It was such a stress relief after work. Out of boredom, I just got addicted to the gym. It was really great. I ended up, you know, going to the gym with a few people I knew, and it was fun. And then in 2017, kind of after my placement year, and I think during my placement year as well, I cleaned up my diet a lot more. So my diet always came after. You kind of underestimate how much your diet actually plays a part in health and fitness. I just cleaned up my diet. I started meal planning a lot, especially because when you house share, you don't want to be in the kitchen at dinner time, after work and after gym, and I'm lazy, so if I can make anything easier for me, then that's a win-win. So I would prep all my meals on like Sundays, kind of have them in Tupperware ready to go Monday to Friday. Yeah, that's what I did, just clean up my diet. I think I cut out milk maybe 2-3 years ago now. Literally, I can't remember. There was not a day where I was like, this is the last time I'll ever drink milk. But I started cutting out milk, and I was addicted to milk. If you've known me for a very long time, you'll know how much I used to literally be addicted to it. And that just impacted my skin so much, because I mean, it was good for my nails. You know, dairy's not the best for your skin, which is why I've cut it out drastically. But skin and diet is a whole other situation, issue, chat. I'll probably do another video on it, on skincare and diet in another time. Actually, I don't think I cut out much. You know, when you're at uni, there's not much you can cut out. I think fizzy drinks was something I stopped having, things like cheese and stuff like that, but in the house. I'm still eating meat, but my meals would be very chicken broccoli rice, because you know, when you first meal prep for the first time, that's the easiest and that's what everyone does. So I would do fish broccoli rice or chicken broccoli rice. Can't really remember what else. It was so long ago, but yeah, clean up my diet and just couldn't believe how much I just felt better. I felt so much more organized. I felt better training at the gym. But yeah, it wasn't anything drastic. I was still a uni student when I went back in my final year, so I was still going out a little bit less, but prepping a lot of my meals. And my final year was kind of really crucial to me. I really wanted to get my first, so I would prep all my meals. I'd live in the library, but I'd bring my overnight oats in there. I'd bring my tub of like asparagus. I'd bring my meal prep and microwave it at dinner time, and that just saved my life so much. I know some people are like, I don't have the time to exercise and eat right and meal prep during my final year of university, but for me it really made everything easier. You know, if I've prepped in advance, it's one less thing to worry about, and if I'm fueling my body with the right foods, it just, you know, it made everything much more less stressful. I could stay in the library and not worry about having to, you know, fuel myself because I've got all my meals planned, which was really good. And I still was exercising, you know, probably not as much as I was, but even maybe, you know, 3-4 times a week. During the 2 weeks of my exams, just before my exams hit, I think I didn't go to the gym at all, but I was still eating right at home, really into eating healthy. So I fell in love with how eating healthy makes me feel. So going from 2018 to 2019 and 2020 were kind of my main years of educating myself, let's say. I left university, I got a job for a health and fitness brand, a health and fitness club. The gym is 30 seconds upstairs from my desk, so there was no excuse. Go to the gym on my lunch breaks, literally half-an-hour sessions. I could go before work, which I don't do because I don't do mornings. Or I could go after work, I could go on my weekends. I just have a lot of kind of time to myself, so I started watching a lot of videos on YouTube. I started researching a lot. Everything I would watch in my spare time would be literally videos on health and fitness. That's where all my kind of education came from. And then obviously I decided to kind of blog it more and decided to get my PT qualification, my level 2 in I think 2019. This year I qualified as a level 3 personal trainer, so if anything that taught me a lot. That's it really. Like over the years I started to lift a lot heavier. You know, I learned how heavy lifting and eating in a surplus can really change your body, and I guess I really got into hip thrusting heavy and learning how to deadlift and squatting and all that jazz, and a lot of kind of new exercises, being able to use heavier dumbbells. And I think I just, you know, fell in love with being stronger. I just wanted to be stronger, and this whole bulking and cutting was so alien and so scary to me. But last January I was like, you know what, I want to try this whole bulking thing. I want to try and gain more muscle. And during this stage, so last year 2019, I had already throughout the whole year from 2011 to 2019, you know, I'd built quite a decent bum, thighs, quite a lot of muscle. My upper body was still a little bit weaker, but I was building a lot of strength. For a small Indian girl, I lift quite a bit really. I always had kind of a slim stomach, but you know, I was losing quite a lot of fat. My fat percentage was going down, obliques and abs were showing through, which was great. I never asked for it, but that's what happens when you're not, you know, pressed about results and quick progress. So that was all great, but I was obviously like, right, I'm in love with this now. What can I do? I need a challenge. So I researched into bulking. I just did it I didn't really plan that much. I was like, let me just see how this tracking my calories and eating more and progressive overload when I exercise goes. So, you know, I used my FitnessPal to track my food and calculate how much roughly I should be eating. There's so many online calculators that can help. My FitnessPal could do it for you as well. Decided, right, okay, I'm going to eat X amount of calories, and I bought a little like food weighing scale, and I was quite good. I was quite consistent and disciplined, and I, you know, for I think about 4 or 5 months I was eating in a surplus, and it showed because in the gym I did feel like I was getting stronger and I could lift a little bit heavier, and I started lifting heavier deadlifts, heavier in my deadlifts, and squatting a bit heavier, mainly hip thrusts. I just fell in love. I still love hip thrusts. I just fell in love with hip thrusts, and I was able to lift, you know, quite a bit, and that exercise like changed my glutes, it changed my life. I was going to the gym and like random girls were complimenting me and asking me what I did. My advice is always just eat. Lift heavy and eat. Like, that is it. It's not complicated. You just need to simplify it down. And I love food. I absolutely just, you know, love eating. So eating a lot of food wasn't that scary to me, because I never, you know, you have, if you want to bulk and you want to build, you do mentally have to be prepared for the fact that you will have to be eating quite a bit, and you will be gaining not just in your glutes and your legs. Unfortunately, that's the whole point. You will be gaining in other areas, muscle as well as fat. I gained, you know, a little bit of like a layer of flub on top of my stomach. I never used to have rolls before ever, and then, you know, I started to get a few rolls, but it wasn't an issue. I was embracing it because everything else grew as well. Then I just stopped really. I kind of hurt my hand doing deadlifts one day, so I just kind of stopped doing the bulk and just started to maintain from there. Like, that was last summer. Been great really. I've just been maintaining. I did start kind of maintaining / incorporating a bit of cardio, which especially during lockdown I've been doing a lot of cardio. I, you know, never used to really do much cardio because I hated it, and I did start when gyms were still before they shut down. I did start doing a lot of HIIT, a treadmill HIIT mainly, but then being at home I do have a treadmill here, but me and my sister started doing a lot of cardio circuits, 3-4 exercises back to back, no rest, 30 seconds each. We'd be sweating and we'd be dying, and it would literally take 10 minutes. And yeah, I've been doing that since March, and it's now July, so I definitely have got leaner on my stomach. You know, it comes and goes. Women get bloated all the time. That's quite normal. And lower belly fat will always be there, shredding me up quite a bit. So I'm just really ready to get back to the gym and probably start kind of tracking my progress a little bit more and lifting a little bit more heavier. Obviously, I'm going to go in and drop down a bit because I feel like I probably lost a little bit of strength. Once I get back into the swing of things, I'll start increasing my weights for certain things, mainly things like hip thrusts, and I might just go on a lean bulk again. I just love getting stronger. Also, I did just want to insert some pictures. There's loads of transformation pictures on my Instagram, but just to show you what I used to look like, what I kind of look like now. So it is possible. A lot of people do ask me, a lot of women, whether it's possible to, you know, go from a flat bum to a little bit more muscle and grow your glutes through, you know, natural things. And yes, of course, I guess genetics does play a big part in it, and whether you're prone to grow. A lot of people I know try and you know, they just can't, but I do believe a lot of women can go from literally flat to a bit thick. It's literally just discipline and patience over the years. It's not going to be quick, but it does work. There's nothing wrong with eating, and eating a lot of food and lifting heavy will not make you fat. It will not make you bulky, or not make you heavy, or not make you look like a man. It will give you glutes. People think it's so impossible, and you know, the result and getting there just seems so distant at the minute, but it's just about letting go of that fear. I think it's just the fear of eating, the fear of lifting heavy and lifting weight. Everyone could just get rid of that fear. It will be much easier, and they'll be able to see that it does make a difference. I think I just never had that fear, luckily. My only fear was people staring at me in the gym. I'm hungry for heavy weights and being able to eat loads of food and grow stronger and in size. This was really long. I'm pretty sure I missed something. I just feel like I've been waffling, so I'm not sure what I've really covered. That was a whirlwind of my fitness journey. Check out my Instagram. A lot of my captions on my posts address a lot of things, but you can feel free to follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe.